And now for the Rude Boys rant.
Boys, be back on the scene and ting. This is a dirty immigrant.
This is Scotland.
Yes, you know what I mean. And we doing a lot of talking today.
Yeah, we are.
So this next portion here, you know,
kind of falls in line with the last one that we just did, where we talk about kind of people thinking that they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So, okay, that was people thinking they can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
Now this goes into people thinking they can do whatever they want.
This goes into rich people thinking they can do whatever they want. Rich people. Listen,
even more so, yes.
Let me set the stage for this here. I have done some traveling. I've been to different places.
And not just different places in this country. He's talking about different places.
Yeah.
Countries.
And this here is, I ain't never seen people kiss rich people's bum this much.
Oh, we worship them.
You know what I mean?
We worship these people.
I don't see how you guys dislike brown people so much with your brown nose walking around. You know what I mean? You all are so brown.
Oh, man.
From kissing these and rich people are getting away with all kinds of stuff because poor people are going, okay, like I said on my Facebook page, a rich man cheat the government or cheat the system.
Mm-hmm.
He's a criminal. He's lazy. Like people on EBT cards, they're lazy. They don't want to work. A rich man cheat the government and he's smart. You know what I mean? He's keeping his money.
Oh, yeah. He's figured out his way around the tax breaks and things like that.
And the thing about it, that's poor people saying that. Oh, they admiring him. And I'm thinking...
Well, because they're probably wishing they could do the same thing.
Yeah, but you can't do it because you're not in that bracket. I don't get it. I don't understand why they're like, ooh, Mr. Richman, you are God.
And you know what? If some of those rich people would pay their fair share, maybe you wouldn't have to pay nearly as much.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Now, this sparked by all these rich people defrauding colleges.
Oh, man.
You see, check this out. You have the rich government saying, okay, here is how we're going to do this here, people. You know what I mean? You cannot get student loans until you're 25. Your parents have to co-sign for you to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Even if you're married with children, you have to wait till you're 25.
All right.
Now, check this out. A rich man's kid come out of college and they do the defrauding to get them into the best schools.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Wait till we read some of this
He
stuff.
goes into college at 18,
Mm-hmm.
graduates at 21, get his master's at 23. Okay, now if you're poor and your parents can't help you take out loans, you have to wait till you're 25. You're a 25-year-old freshman. By the time you're done, you're 30. That dude, that rich man's kid is a CEO already by the time you're ready to hit the job market.
Because he probably also got handed that next job
you
after
know what
he
I'm
got
saying?
out of school.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you at such a... Listen, I'm not saying there's a conspiracy theory. It's just that some people have figured out how to game the system so that their people could get ahead and the majority of people is way behind playing catch up or getting the crumbs.
I feel like rich people have been doing this since figured out what wealth is.
Oh, yeah.
Since man first figured out, I have more than you do.
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to. I have more than you do, so I can do.
Yeah.
Now, look.
They hide it.
You know what? Yeah, I can't go buy a boat. You want to go buy a boat? Go buy a boat.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
But, when it comes to stuff like this, because, think about even when the draft has come along for wars. What do a lot of rich people do? How can I get my son out of this?
Yeah.
What do I have to do to make sure my son does not get drafted?
Yeah.
And so they're able to finagle things and figure out, and of course
loopholes.
And of course, people in the government easily go, "Hey, no problem, no problem. Your son can stay home. It's okay. It's okay. We'll send those fools who live off in the hills. They'll, who have nothing. They'll go fight for us instead.
Let's go to West Virginia.
Yeah.
They're very patriotic.
Yeah. We'll send them off to die while we sit here in Congress and go, that's right. You all are dying for us because we couldn't keep our mouths shut.
So you got all these Hollywood rich people paying people to do their kids' SAT and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. So anyway, this, in case maybe you haven't noticed yet, even though this has been a very majorly trending thing, and I think it's really only trending because of two of the actresses that are named in this thing.
Lauren something?
Yeah, Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. Now, Lori Loughlin is kind of best known as being Aunt Becky on Full House.
Yeah, All-American show.
Oh, yeah. Let's do things the right way.
You know what I mean?
And Felicity Huffman was on, I think, Desperate Housewives, which, okay, not a classy show. But anyway.
Desperate Housewives.
Yeah. But anyway, so...
More like Thirsty House.
Yeah. The FBI and college sports are once again intermingling this week. I'm reading this off of an article on ESPN.com. As federal prosecutors indicted 9 college coaches and dozens of others Tuesday, let me get a date here. Let's see. So this is Tuesday, March 12th. For participating in alleged, I love how they keep using the word alleged bribery scheme that helped wealthy parents, including actresses Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman, secure their children admission to some of the nation's top colleges. Now, look, you already know that if somebody's rich, they can easily get into a school anyway.
Yeah.
And in fact, when I was reading through just some of the tweets about this stuff, somebody said, don't they know there's actually a legal way for them to essentially, air quote, bribe to allow their kid to get into school? It's called donating to the school.
Yeah.
You can suddenly become, basically, okay, I'll use Marshall as an example since we're here. You can become a Big Green member.
Yeah.
Donate money to Marshall. And there you go. Excuse me, can't clear my throat today.
Before you continue, are there any black rich people doing this?
So far, I just see 2 rich white people doing it.
Man, even rich black people don't emphasize college. What's going on? What's going on with you all people? Tell your kids to go to college.
With so many high profile,
maybe they just have more ethics. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, okay. Here's the thing.
I don't know, man.
Well, here's the thing. What we're going to get into?
Busy slipping Mickeys in people's drinks and stuff. The rich black people.
Well, here's okay. Hang on though. The rich white people, what they're doing is in some of these cases making fake athletic profiles
for their kids.
For their kids. Oh no, I'll get to it. Trust me.
Say what?
So what you're talking about? The African Americans, they're like, no, you want to get into school and play ball. You're going to go play ball.
Yeah.
You're going to work at it, and you're going to actually get yourself a college, scholarship to go play ball. They're faking ones. That's what some of these cases are doing.
Oh, please don't tell me if Snoop didn't do that.
No, I'm sure Snoop was like, no, you were going to go throw the football.
I'm just being silly.
Yeah. But with so many high-profile athletic departments and surprising big names tied into this week's indictment, here's everything you need to know to kind of get you up to speed on a wild story that's at the crossroad of sports, celebrity, and scandal. I'm getting so sick and tired of seeing stuff like this come up. All right, so what's the scheme? Starting in 2011, this guy named William Rick Singer.
I seen him on TV.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea what this guy looks like.
Well, they were questioning him.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So his purported college counseling business, counseling business known as The Key, allegedly helped wealthy clients bribe top colleges to get their children into school. According to the indictments filed Tuesday, again, March 12th, they used 2 main schemes. One involved manufacturing bogus standardized test scores. Now, the one that kind of that ticks me off with this is sometimes they were actually lying, saying that their kids had learning disabilities to give them more time to be able to take these tests. So they're trying to take advantage of something that's supposed to help people. Again, another good idea comes up, and people figure out a way to take advantage of it. So anyway, and then the other one was creating fake athletic profiles for the prospective students because athletes frequently face lower admission standards than their peers. Man. The Key, that's the name of the company, remember, The Key, bribed college coaches with large and varying sums of money to tell their school's admissions department that the students were prospective athletes, even though in most cases the student in question did not play a sport. Employees of The Key fabricated athletic resumes for the students. Coaches then sent those resumes to their admissions department and listed the students as recruits they wanted the school to accept. The fake profiles often included made-up achievements, participation on club teams, and photographs. Photoshop. Oh, boy. The key bribed some college coaches to vouch for a student's participation on club teams. Fake photos were sometimes created by editing a student's face onto the body of an actual athlete or by staging photos.
Wow.
In one case, a father purchased water polo gear and used a design firm to produce a picture that made it look as though his son was in a pool playing the sport.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing. I know most people probably think, oh, man, here go those big-time college football programs and men's basketball programs cheating. From what I understand so far, they didn't even touch football or men's basketball. Anyway, schools that were involved, Texas. Go figure, big old Texas. Federal prosecutors allege Longhorns men's tennis coach Michael Center agreed to accept approximately $100,000 in bribes in 2015 to designate a student athlete as a recruit to help facilitate his admission to Texas. USC. According to the indictment, Singer directed $350,000 to be sent to a private soccer club controlled by former Trojans women's soccer assistant Laura Janke and former USC women's soccer head coach Ali. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try and pronounce the last name because I'm going to butcher that. Agreed to designate 4 children of Singer clients as recruits, even though none played competitive soccer. Singer also allegedly bribed USC water polo coach by sending $250,000 to a bank account that funded his program. The coach designated 2 students as water polo recruits.
You know why he's doing that with these?
They're thinking it's the sports that nobody's going to check.
Yeah.
You try that with a football program.
Yeah.
And it's going to get found very quickly. Somebody's going to go, who's this fool that you said we just signed? Never heard of that name. Why aren't they in our locker room?
Yeah.
All right, so this keeps going. From 2014 to 2018, the government alleges Singer's clients made more than $1.3 million in donations to USC accounts controlled by Senior Associate Athletic Director Donna Heinel, typically an account for the USC Women's Athletic Board. Then there's a statement talking about how USC has not been accused of any wrongdoing, but they're cooperating with the government, blah, blah, blah. Georgetown. Former Hoyas tennis coach Gordon Ernst, now at Rhode Island, is accused of receiving more than $2.7 million in bribes through sham consulting fees from Singer between 2012 and 2018. In return for the bribes, Ernst designated 12 applicants as recruits for the men's and women's teams, even though they didn't play tennis. Or at least not competitively.
Man, rich people have got it made.
UCLA, with help from the coach from USC, Singer allegedly helped arrange for a client's daughter and another client's son to be admitted to UCLA as soccer recruits in 2016 and 2018. Let's see. Did it stop recording? No, it's still going.
Okay,
it's still going. We're good. We're good.
All right.
It's just being. It looks like it's being jumpy for some reason, but it's still recording. Okay, I think we're good. Sorry, folks. We thought we were having a technical difficulty there. Anyway. So anyway, UCLA helped facilitate their admission and received $100,000 for each student, and the former USC coach was paid $25,000 for each one of the students that went to UCLA. Oh, my gosh. Wake Forest Demon Deacons volleyball coach William Ferguson allegedly received $100,000 in bribes, including $10,000 to the Wake Forest Demon Deacon Club, $40,000 to the Women's Volleyball Fund, and $50,000 to Ferguson's private volleyball camp, which the money goes to the coach, in exchange for designating the daughter of one of Singer's clients as a recruit. Stanford. In the summer of 2017, according to the indictment, Cardinals sailing coach John Vandermeer, I think I said that correctly.
Biff and
Biff and Buffy.
You know what I mean? Yep, sailing.
Agreed to designate the child of a Singer client as a recruit in exchange for a payment to the sailing program. When the prospective student decided to delay his entrance to Stanford for a year, Singer directed a $110,000 payment to be made to the sailing program to bribe the coach into accepting him again the next year. Gets worse. After the student decided to attend another university, Vandermeer, who was the coach at Stanford, agreed to use the spot for another child of a Singer client in exchange for a $500,000 payment to the sailing program. That student never applied to Stanford, But Singer made a $160,000 payment to the sailing program, which was to be used as a down payment for a future student.
Down payment.
Boy,
whoa.
San Diego.
Going nuts.
San Diego, a school I just visited not too long ago on a softball tournament. Singer allegedly bribed an unidentified coach and of an unidentified sport on 2 occasions to designate a client's children as recruits. The coach allegedly received $100,000 for the first instance and $10,000 for the second after the student never enrolled. Yale. Oh, God, Yale can't be doing anything wrong, can they? In November 2017, Singer allegedly facilitated the admission of a Yale applicant for a fee of $1.2 million. Rudy Meredith, who coached the women's soccer team at Yale for 24 years before resigning in November 2018, is accused of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and honest services fraud. He is pleading guilty and helped build the case against the others.
Wow.
Rich man turned on a rich man.
Hey, that's snitching and get no snitch. No stitches.
Are there potential NCAA consequences for these schools? So far, kind of unclear with that. What's next for the students involved? That's the unfortunate thing, is because another thing I was seeing was that a lot of these students didn't even know their parents were doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And then they put in here, what's with all the Full House references they're seeing?
Yeah.
Okay, two of the most I can't talk, man. Two of the most high-profile parents indicted Tuesday were obviously the actresses Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman. Loughlin, best known for her role as Aunt Becky in Full House.
You know those women are going to go smack on the wrist. Go home. You know what I mean?
Huffman was one of the stars of Desperate Housewives, Frasier, and Sports Night. Loughlin and her husband, fashion designer, allegedly paid $500,000 to have their daughters listed as recruits for the USC women's crew team. The husband told an informant that he wanted to discuss a plan for getting his daughter into a school other than ASU, which I'm thinking is Arizona State. Neither of their daughters actually rowed for crew, but they did submit a photo of one of the girls on an ergometer rowing machine before she was accepted to the school. So it's like, hey, look, she actually does the workouts. Huffman and her husband, actor William H. Macy, allegedly paid $15,000 for the key to arrange for someone to help their daughter cheat on the SATs.
Yeah, that singer guy was involved in that too.
The indictment says Huffman decided not to go through with the same scheme for her second daughter and did not have the key create any fake athletic profiles on behalf of her children. Look, people already like to say, hey, rich people can already get whatever the heck they want. Yeah. You're already kind of born with the silver spoon in your mouth type of deal. And yet they do this.
And yet
they still cheat to get their kids into these big schools.
And yet people bitch about affirmative action.
Yes. Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
You know what? Actually, I think I saw a tweet where somebody said this is the problem that happened because of affirmative action.
Yeah.
Like, again, another good idea that was supposed to be there to help people that people figured out a way to take advantage of.
Yeah.
But still,
what about those people who say, I've got a scintilla, a drop of Native American. Can I get this school vibe or this school vibe? Yeah. You see the most, what is it? Casper-looking person talking about the part Native American.
Yeah, I'm 1/50th Cherokee.
But everybody's gaming the system. Yeah. But the poor person who says they're part Indian to get a scholarship,
they say, "Show me the blood test to prove it."
You know what I mean? Or they find out and they go, "Get out of here, you criminal, you!" Those rich people, their kids are still going to get their degree from their fancy college.
There are sometimes you find out rich people will get honorary doctorates from schools.
You know what I mean?
Because they go, we're a big fan of yours. Yeah. Or you've donated a bunch of money here. How about we're going to make you Dr. So-and-so?
Wait a minute here. You didn't finish high school? Oh, forget it. You got a doctorate degree anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Meanwhile, the person that's going to be in debt for years.
Which they're trying to stifle us with that debt now, But check this out. I mean, you know what this lead to? And this is not a derogatory statement per se. And this is the reason why Oh man, let me see how I could phrase this. Let me see how I could phrase it. And I'm not going to phrase it in a derogatory tone. That's not it. I just wanted to rephrase it so that it gets across.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump is a perfect president right now for this country.
Yes.
Not because of that kind of stuff, but because he is doing in the open what rich politicians have been hiding to do.
Yes. Yes. And I've said it before, too, because of the things that he likes to say that he puts out on Twitter and things like that. Because, like what we were talking about on the last episode with people thinking that they can say whatever they want to athletes, celebrities, or just people in general.
Yeah.
Like I said, he is the perfect president for right now.
Yeah.
He is the epitome of look at me, and I'm going to do whatever I want, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
You know what I mean? But the thing about it is, this is where people should go, not at Donald Trump in specifically, but all the politicians. You know what I mean? Okay, like I saw something, and this involves somebody donated $500,000 or so to something that he did. She got some Medal of Freedom thing.
Oh, Lord.
You understand? And all the liberals are like, oh, my God, look. Oh, Lord, he's just giving out stuff. This is not what this is for. But Obama, he gave diplomatic posts to people who donated to his campaign.
They all do
it. They all do it. It doesn't matter.
You all have got to see it.
Yeah.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed at how blinded some people are sometimes.
Because they're too busy picking sides. They're too busy. Well, this is a Republican. This is a Democrat. But they all are doing it to you. Listen. Have you ever figured out? Have you ever stopped to think that for the past 30, 40 years, there are specific topics that comes up around election time? Abortion.
Always.
You know
over the last 20, at least, it's been immigration.
Yeah.
At least since Clinton's been in, it's been immigration.
Ask yourself, why aren't they fixing it? Because it benefits them. What are they going to argue about if everything is working? What are they going to scare you into thinking that needs to be fixed if they fix it?
Look,
abortion is another one.
Yeah, you already said that. Politricksters, they're supposed to be serving the people.
Yeah.
Instead, they look at us as we're their servants.
Exactly. Here's a perfect example of that. The Pentagon spent $1.7 million on fancy food, lobster, in 1 month.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
But the poor little athletes and stuff come to the White House.
Yeah, Clemson goes there and they get fast food.
They get fast food.
Yeah.
You know what they're telling you? No, dude, you don't deserve that. But we deserve to get lobster with your money, you fool.
Yeah, exactly. It's our taxpayer dollar. It's one thing if, and like I said, if they could prove this, if Trump said, look, that's come out of my personal bank account.
Yeah.
I'm feeding us this. This is me doing this.
Yeah.
If he is saying this, if he says this is me doing this, I have no problem with it. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yes, if it's our tax dollars doing that, that is a crime.
Yeah.
That is a crime.
What I mean? I don't want my tax dollars contributing to heart problems, okay?
But man, I thought all that shellfish seafood stuff's supposed to be better for you,
man. No, yeah. But they're getting fast food.
Yeah. Well, that was their way to kind of cheat the tax. We didn't spend as much tax dollars for this.
You know what I mean?
We'll spend it over here instead.
Yeah, on ourselves. You know what I mean? We'll get $1,000 couches. We'll get lobster. Caviar. You know what I mean?
They said that was being spent in the Pentagon or something like that. I think.
Crystal.
Like I said, if that was
prostitutes.
Now, I will say, if the president was paying for prostitutes, that's a crime.
But he did.
No, I know that. I know that. Like I said, that's a crime. But like I said, if he's personally paying to treat them, personally saying, hey, I want to give them this,
and I love this fast food, So I'm hooking you up with my money and my type of eating.
Yeah, that I have no problem with. But yeah, when it's our tax dollars that are paying these people lobster and all that,
they really believe that our tax dollars is theirs to do with whatever they want.
Yes, and in a sense, I will say it kind of is when you're using it to fix roads.
Yeah,
to pay teachers, to pay a police force, to pay a fire department, to pay things that tax dollars are supposed to go to.
Yeah, and we're not talking about the chief making $1 million a year. We're talking about good equipment and stuff.
Yes, exactly.
And we're not talking about militarizing them. We're talking about stuff to help people.
Yeah. our tax dollars are supposed to, yes, go to these things.
Yeah.
To pay for these things. That's what tax dollars are supposed to be for. But, they do think, hey, we can do whatever we want with this. Well, hey, we just passed this to put in for $20 million to get this done, but it will really only cost about $5 million.
Pocket the rest.
So the other $15 million is going to get split to the rest of us to do whatever the heck we want with it. You know what I mean? And so it's just kind of... It's frustrating, and everybody says, election time is when we have to fix this. Okay, fine. We elect some new people in, but things keep going this way.
Yeah.
So either it's you elect people to get in who get swallowed up by the corruption before they have a chance to try and fix anything, or everybody who's trying to get into it is just trying to get into it for themselves.
Yeah.
And that's all they care about.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem lies. Like, okay, how many times have we seen... People want to become preachers because they can get rich.
Oh, yeah.
Not because they want to preach the good word of whatever religion it is or to help people. It's because, dude, do you see what that preacher's, what they have? Oh, I got to study the Bible. I got to study whatever.
See, that's when you make things careers and not callings.
Yeah, not a calling.
Being a politician should be a calling because you want to help people. Being a preacher should be a calling because you want to... You want to save souls.
And what's funny is you'll hear people say...
Not a career.
You'll hear people say things like, I became a teacher because I believe that was my calling to go help people. Being a teacher.
Yeah.
Gee, well, what an amazing concept. Somebody who really wants to teach and go help.
Yeah.
And you would think that somebody who's going to be a preacher wants to, in a sense, save souls.
Yeah.
Help people, but yet it's, hey,
I'm
supposed to be pulling in all this money because my wife needs a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I need my own new private jet because my last one is 2 years old. I got to have a new one.
Yeah.
Because I'm not supposed to travel with you common folk.
You know what I mean? My wife needs to get new boobs. She's getting old. I can't handle that anymore.
They sit in these giant coliseums, basically, and people continue to funnel money at them.
And with politicians, they continue to back people with these trending, election trending problems like abortion and immigration and all that stuff. And here's another thing that rich people have gotten really good at.
The healthcare thing has been big too, especially
rich
since
people
Obama.
have gotten really good at deflecting. No. I didn't pay. My company made this amount of billions of dollars, but we didn't pay any taxes. But those immigrants are taking your stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, look at those inner city people, man. They're all on welfare. They're taking your stuff. Hey, look at those poor Appalachians. They're taking your stuff. And we fall for it because we're fighting each other for the crumbs.
And you know what? This one right here with the basically the college admissions scandal.
Yeah.
These kids are taking places of somebody else that actually really wants to go.
Exactly.
That,
the kid wants to go, but somebody that really deserves it because they can't afford it.
Sometimes I wonder if some of these people even really want to go because, look, okay, they're trying to get them into these prestigious schools. Maybe their kid's not really all that smart to be able to make it in, and that's why they're doing, like they said, these fake athletic profiles to get them in. You know what? If your kid's not smart enough to make it into Yale, they can still go to a school.
Oh, yeah.
Because guess what? You're still so-and-so's child.
But you see,
so when you get out with that degree, you're still going to get handed something.
You see, here's the thing, okay? Rich people want their kids to lead the country. So they need that background to lead the country.
Somebody'd rather see, I'm running for president. I have a degree from Yale. Well, I have a degree from Marshall.
Yeah.
I'm going for the one from Yale.
Oh, yeah.
Even though your daddy cheated to get you in there.
Yeah. You see what I mean? Yeah. And unfortunately, money is everything, dude. I'm sorry, money is everything. And it doesn't make...
Look at the amounts of money that was paid out in this.
Oh, yeah.
To bribe these kids to get into school.
Yeah.
I mean, hundreds of, thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to fake getting these kids into a school.
You know what I mean? And
down payment for a kid who decided, I really didn't want to go to your school to begin with. Down payment for the next one.
Yeah. You see, the thing about it is, though, is we have been sold, like, constantly that you have to have money to be happy. You know what I mean? It's like all those Hollywood stars that were like, cribs on MTV.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I have this. And none of them had any of those things. It's other people's houses they were, you know what I mean?
Even if they did, like you've said, and just being able to read people's eyes.
Yeah.
Like you said, you were able to read Robin Williams' eyes years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And you can guarantee that Robin Williams had a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
Big house.
Yeah.
Tons of friends. People loved him.
Yeah.
He still wasn't happy.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and it was. I
love
for
Robin
years,
Williams.
for years. I love watching his stuff too. Well, his movies, but watching him during interviews, it's like, man, look at that dude's eye, man. He's just putting on a show here. You know what I mean? He's not happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But everybody's like, I can't believe he did that. He was so happy. Look at the dude's eyes. Look at people's eyes will tell you everything. You know, I see people put up pictures, this is my man. I love him. And I look at your eyes and I was like,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then that person needs help. But nobody pays attention anymore because everybody's an ideology, not a human being.
Well, and the whole thing with, having money makes you happy, does it really? Because you know what? I just bought a 50-foot boat, but so-and-so just bought a 75-foot boat. Well, now I've got to get another one. I've got to get a bigger one because mine has to be bigger than theirs.
Yeah. And so the little hoopty's trying to rob my boat.
Yeah, I've got a 25-room mansion, but so-and-so just bought one that's a 40-room mansion. I've got to get another one. I've got to add on to my house.
Exactly.
Is that really happy when you're looking at what somebody else has and going,
I got to have it. You know what I mean?
Does having that money make you happy because now you're trying to match and be better, or I should say do better, not be better, do better.
Well, to them it's be better.
Yeah, it is.
But, you know what I mean? Because they think they're a better person if they have more money.
Yeah, the whole thing with
and unfortunately, rich people think that. You know what I mean? But you know what? Think about it. Look at all these rich people, these people that won the lottery. Look at what happened. And
how fast some of them go broke.
And some of them get murdered for it, and they have the wrong
family
people.
Members take advantage of them.
You know what I mean? And people are hanging around.
Yes.
I've noticed that, and that's the thing. Poor people does not want to see other poor people get ahead. They don't, because if you poor and you get ahead, they think that you should absolutely remember them and bring them up with you instead of them walking to come up with you.
Well, it's like you said when you were in college and playing ball, people would come up to you and say, "Hey, don't forget me when you go pro."
Yeah,
and you're like, "Who the heck are you?"
Yeah, I don't know you.
Yeah,
dude, I went to a little dinky college, right? And I had like an entourage following me around. People I didn't know.
I have seen total hangers on here. With me working in the athletic department, even before just working here at the campus radio station, because you watch them, and guys can be jersey chasers too. I'm not talking about trying to date the female athletes. No. I'm talking about trying to hang around
having men
the
crush on the football players,
the basketball players, and all that, because they want to make sure that, hey, when that guy gets drafted, I'm one of his friends.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to remember me. He's going to be able to, hey, man, you remember that time we used to hang out? Hey, come hang with me. I got free tickets to the game, all this sort of stuff. I mean, it made me sick sometimes. Yeah. And I'm sure somebody would say, hey, you missed out on your opportunity. Why didn't you try to go be best friends with Byron Leftwich? Because I really didn't want to. I mean, it's like, look, the guy already had a ton of people hanging all over him anyway. Yeah. Nothing against the guy personally, but it's like, that's not me.
Yeah.
That's not me to go hang on to this guy and say, hey, please drag me with you to the NFL when you make it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to come calling you. Remember that time that I had that party and you came over?
Yeah.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I went to a small little itty-bitty college, and I've had people in my face and stuff. I mean, there was women, but there were dudes too. They were always there. What up, man? Yeah. What's going on? And all they want to talk about is the team and basketball. Yeah. You mention anything else? And here's an indictment on the whole thing about this is what you should do and this is what you're supposed to do because we want you to do it. Because I have so many people come through the line, and I hate to say it. I don't know if black people are kind of scared to ask me a question like that or something like that, but it's white people between the ages of 35 and 50 would come through the line. And the minute I say I never played basketball because that's what I usually say, they lose interest in me. Yeah. You're not important anymore. You're not entertaining us. Yeah. So you must be one of them intellectual ones that's going to, want to talk good stuff.
When people see me wearing martial athletic stuff, and they find out I don't play for a team, they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. They go, oh, which team do you play for? Oh, I work in the athletic department. Oh.
Yeah. I don't play basketball.
I'm done with you.
I've had people actually turn their back on me after I tell them I don't.
Wow.
Like, literally turn their back on me and never said another word to me.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And but if I'm playing and I don't do what they want, you N-boy, you know, you
which
this,
was in
you
one
that.
of those tweets that we talked about in our last episode.
You know what I mean? But, you know, people, we need to stop with the kissing certain people's butt because you don't know them. You don't know what they do in their personal life. Like people always say, so you look up to Michael Jordan? I don't know Michael Jordan. I like how he played.
Look, Joe Montana,
but he's not my hero.
Joe Montana was my favorite player when I was a kid. But if I found out that he was doing evil crap outside of there,
he was doing R. Kelly things.
Oh man, posters would have come down.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't have been trying to buy up all of his football cards anymore.
And you're not going to do that because he say something bad about something just at random. But if he's doing stuff that absolutely hurting other people,
okay, I will say this: one of my favorite players that I loved watching play while he was in the NFL was Darren Sharper. And then shortly after he retired, suddenly it came out that he's basically a serial rapist.
Yeah,
it's like, whoa! I mean, I used to think about this guy as like, man, when is he going to get in the Hall of Fame? You know, it's like, this guy is definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. He was one heck of a football player. Man, he was so much fun to watch. I found out about that stuff. I was like, dude, he better not come up, period, in Hall of Fame conversation.
Yeah.
You do stuff like that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, while he was playing, now granted, apparently he was doing these things while he was playing. I didn't know it.
Yeah.
But as soon as I found out about it, I'm like, man, I'm done with you.
Yeah. We got to pick our battles. We have to pick who we support. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that people don't get wrongly accused.
It does happen.
It does happen.
It does happen.
So you have to be careful how you indict people.
And that I'm going to say this real quick before we close out this episode. That goes with a lot of the things that you see happen on, and I will say, quote, media, because a lot of those shows aren't actual news outlets. They're talking heads giving their opinion. Yeah. And when somebody gets accused of something, they're on top of it. Yeah. Oh, this person is the devil, blah, 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 blah. They don't do, essentially, the due diligence, I guess. Yeah. It's just, this person has been accused. Okay, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Now, one person I will say along with that, I read in his book, and I found out this story. John Saunders, rest in peace, was on ESPN for years. And he said one time he was doing a... he was doing an in-studio show. I forget for which sport it was. But, and it's one where they're talking highlights. They're giving analysis. So either it's the pregame thing or the halftime or whatever. And so suddenly something comes out about the head coach, I think it was at Temple, blew up on somebody, right? So the producer gets in his ear and says, hey, this just happened. You need to come out and get out in front of this and say, you know, basically telling him, you need to vilify this coach.
Yeah.
And John Saunders said, He goes, I know that coach. And if he went off like that, there's something else behind there that we haven't found out yet.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this until I find out all sides of the story. And he kept doing his show, the one that he was supposed to be doing. And he said the producer kept popping up in his ear saying, John, you've got to do this. And he kept saying, I'm not doing it. Now, luckily, and he even admitted this in his book, luckily he felt that he was at that point in his career where he could basically say that to the producer and say, no, we're going to wait. We're going to wait until all sides of this come out. Anybody else? They might have been pulled right off the show at that point. You know, I mean, if I had just started working, whether it's ESPN, Fox, CBS Sports, NBC Sports, whatever, if I had just started working there and I'm trying to do this, they might go, well, we're going to yank you, and we're going to bring in somebody else to host this show.
Yeah, get out here, you little poor peon.
Yeah, but luckily for John Saunders, and then they end up finding out what that person had said to that coach. And that's when John said, now I will do the story, because now we know both sides.
Yeah.
And he said the producer ended up apologizing.
Yeah.
You know, but it was like, look, we've got to wait on this. And the best, and I hate to say the best one I can remember is honestly when Michael Jackson died.
Yeah.
TMZ came right out and said, he's dead.
Yeah.
Then all the other news networks are going, oh, he's dead. No, wait a minute, he's not dead. He's in a coma. Well, no, he's not in a coma. He's just unconscious. No, he's okay. Everything's fine. Michael Jackson's just in the hospital. We're just trying to find out what's wrong with him, but he's fine. He's awake. He's talking to people. And TMZ's still sitting there going, no, he's dead. And then it's like, oh, no, wait. Now we're hearing he's dead. No, wait, no, he's not dead. No, he's in critical condition. No, wait, now he's awake again. Now he's unconscious. And TMZ's still going, no, he's dead.
And he moved to an island with Elvis Presley.
Yeah, and then finally everybody sits there and goes, Michael Jackson has died. And TMZ's sitting there going, yeah, we already said that. But you get these conflicting stories of your anonymous sources saying, he's not dead.
Yeah.
Well, we got to have the story first. So we're going to say whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's, because we'll take in
and it
anything from these people.
It exasperates the listener or the viewer like crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll take in anything, especially if it's about rich people.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind the way people will just take in whatever they say, whatever it is. I really don't understand it. You see these people cheat to get their kids into school, and you've got other people that are actually struggling to hopefully get their kids into school.
Yeah.
Whether it's, okay, you got to play ball to get this scholarship, to try and get in, or
academic program.
Or you've got to work hard. You really need to get your grades up if you really want to go do this and get to this school. And then meanwhile, somebody's saying, hey, here's umpteen amount of money. Make sure that coach thinks my kid's coming in as a what's essentially called a PSA, prospective student athlete.
Yeah.
Make sure they think or they believe or you make them believe that my kid's coming in. They're going to have a roster spot. Make up that photo of them. Hey, have somebody else take the SAT for my kid. Or, hey, can you make somebody convince them that my kid has a learning disability so that they can have more time to take it?
Yeah.
We've got politricksters lying about stuff. And like you said, Donald Trump's just out there right in front of us.
Oh, yeah.
He really is the perfect one. He's not hiding it. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Everybody else is still trying to hide it.
Oh, yeah.
And then these things come out. But everybody else is still trying to hide it. He's out in front doing it and basically saying, you can't do anything.
And we just look at it as a rich man doing it. I don't care about his politics
or
nothing
so smart.
like that.
Oh, my gosh. He's figured out
a rich man to me.
He's so smart. He's figured out all these ways to get around stuff.
Yes, ways that you can't use because you don't make enough money to use it.
Yeah.
You tell me that's fair. And that's across the board. That's not just him. That's just
it
Obama.
Really is. Yep.
That's Clinton. That's Carter is probably the only one I think that hasn't actually get the fruits of that type of labor. You know what I mean? But anyway.
And you know what? And maybe he has.
Yeah.
Maybe he has, and it's just not one of those things that have come out that we've seen. But, the
way people love Jimmy Carter for what he's doing, they'd find something wrong.
I know, yeah.
Because I remember...
He's at least, I will say this, if he has done some crooked stuff in the past, whatever, I feel like all politricksters have. But I feel like he's actually done more as a actual humanitarian to actually help people.
Because, it's like Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah. Like, as great a man as he is, they went and they dig up in his past, and apparently he used to sleep with female family members to affirm his what you call it?
Is it male dominance? Or
something? No, it wasn't male dominance. His celibacy.
Oh, okay.
So he wasn't doing anything with them.
He was just basically laying there with them.
Yeah, he was laying sleep with them.
He's in the literal sense of just sleeping.
Yeah.
They're just sleeping.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like a test to his fortitude of sticking to his thing of celibacy. Mm-hmm. But that's perverted that he's doing that. But he didn't do anything with them. You understand what I mean? But you're going to protect people for years and years who's actually doing stuff because they're rich.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But anyway.
And you're a fan of theirs or whatever it is.
We won't get out of here and ting, you know what I mean? Remember, when you go on there, subscribe to us on iTunes. We're on Spotify. We also on one called TuneIn. We're on Mixcloud. iHeartRadio is coming up. We have to wait till the 24th.
Okay.
We also on Public Radio. I just did that one.
All right.
Something called Radio Public or something like that.
Obviously, iTunes.
We're on Google. Yeah. We're on iTunes. So, we're on a whole lot of different platforms so that you could download us and go ahead and download us, man. Subscribe. Listen to the vibe because we coming up with more stuff. We got this is going to make it 6 or so shows we have.
Something like that.
That we could put up. So, what I mean?